Saturday. I'm out for my usual walk. I'm in a place called Pegston Hills, which is it's in Hertfordshire and Bedfordshire, and I think it touches Buckinghamshire as well. It's quite a big loop of trails on the Chiltern Hills. I ain't going to be walking all of it, obviously. I'm going to have a good go at getting as far as I can. I'll tell you what, it's 4 degrees out here at the minute. It's fucking freezing. But I decided against wearing a coat or a body warmer today because as it's going to be quite a hilly walk, I think I'm going to be melting in no time. And I'm hoping on the way back, there's a couple of local pubs down in a place called Pegston. So I'm hoping that this time I can do the walk, cool down a bit and go and sit in the pub and have a beer. Just one. I know there's a few calories in beer, but I think after this bit of hiking, I will deserve it. I'll tell you what else I've noticed this morning. Put my jeans on, got straight into the car, right, and come out for a bit of an amble, as you can see. But now my trousers are falling down. My belt needs another hole on it, so that's got to be good, isn't it, eh? It just goes to show that my waist is getting marginally smaller. Anyway, nearly went an arse over tit then. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let me just spin you around and show you what I'm looking at, if I can. Tell you what, that's put my heart rate up, and I'm out of puff. Oh dear. They do say the views are going to be rewarding when you manage to walk up one of the peaks. Now, I don't know how far away I am from that hill. I think it's called Moon Hill or something. I might not even be there or get there. But like I say, it don't matter, even if I just do a section of it. That's a good start, isn't it, eh? Even if I can just hike a few miles. You know, through this last week, I've got myself a new bag, just a little bag that I could carry the essentials in, and I wrote a list of all the bits and pieces that I need to bring with me, like on every time I go out for a walk, because every time so far I always end up forgetting something. So I've just been walking along thinking about all the kit that I got, and I still managed to forget. I forgot my spoon, and I was so proud this morning getting the coffee bag and a little jar of sugar and a collapsible cup and, you know, a flask of hot water. I thought, yeah, that's it, I can stop somewhere, enjoy the view and have a cup of coffee on a hillside somewhere. And like an idiot, I forgot the fucking spoon. I mean, when does it end? When do you ever get it right? I mean, is it just me? I don't know. It seems whenever I plan something, I fuck it up one way or another. I don't know. Never mind, I'm still going to have a crack at it. I've got a fork in the bag, so maybe I can pour a little bit of sugar in. I know I'm not meant to have it, I know. Pour it in and then give it a stir with a fork or something. Hopefully that'll do, eh? else I've been toying with doing is doing a bit of car camping. Now, I'd have to measure what the size of my car is when I put the back seats down and the front seats all the way forward to see whether I could fit in, even if it's slightly, you know, sideways on. I was like, you know, get in there. I've been watching a couple of guys on YouTube do that, and I think, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, alright, I know I've got a camper van, I could go and do it like that, but I kind of like the idea of dossing down in the car, just parking in the, well, parking fucking anywhere, you know, and then getting up and out in the morning and coming out to do something like this. So it's something I'm pondering on. I'm going to have to measure up first, see whether I can do it, see if I can fit. And then maybe, if I can fit, maybe I'll do something, sort it out so I can have a practice run somewhere local just to see what it's like. I know some people have been saying about locking yourself in and setting the alarm off, but my car, I can lock the doors from the inside with a button on the dash, and that doesn't set the alarm. I would have thought that would be the case for most cars, but obviously not. Yeah, anyway, something I'm going to ponder on. I might give it a go. Yeah, I might do some measuring up later or tomorrow, actually. I'll keep you informed on that one. Now I'm at a point where I don't feel too safe. It's brought me out onto a country lane. It's not very wide. Some of the cars are fucking whizzing past here like there's no tomorrow. Apparently this is part of the route, so I'll just have to man up and deal with it. Oh, hang on, am I allowed to say man up, or is that going to offend someone these days? This is something that annoys me as well. Look at this. Out in the countryside, and people feel the need to throw crap from their cars and let it all build up in the ditch. Isn't it fucking awful? What's the matter with them? Just been talking to a local. Oh no, we just got rabbiting about the litter in the countryside, and he's right about the fact that it's everywhere. You know, there's hardly any bits of country that ain't got litter in, and now it's affecting the waterways and the fish, and you know, it's not like it was. I don't want to sound like an old man, but it's true. We seem to be living in a world now where there's no respect for the police. The kids run rings around the police, you know, there's no discipline anymore. Kids just, well, it's not just kids, it's everybody. You know, people drop litter on the floor without even thinking about the consequences of what they're doing. To them it's just a Coke can or a fag packet or whatever it may be. But if everyone done that, we'd be in a right mess. So I was just wondering what the answer was, how to re-educate people on just taking their crap home. But maybe this is why we're heading for a world of a dystopian nightmare, you know, with 15-minute cities, to not just to cut down the carbon, like they say, but maybe stop the litter as well. Maybe this is all our own doing. Or some people, anyway. I mean, I can remember as a kid, there was always, you know, there was always that neighbour that would come out if they caught you dropping a bit of rubbish on the floor. You know, pick it up, you know. And you'd pick it up, and then they'd go round and tell your mum, and then your mum and dad would give you a thick ear for fucking dropping it in the first place. And but now, I wouldn't dare tell a kid to pick up their rubbish. I'd probably get, I don't know, beaten up or stabbed or worse, you know what I mean? That seems to be the way that we're living in at the moment. I'm not saying everywhere before everyone gets in on their high horse, but there's a lot of it, and I encounter a lot of it in the job that I do. Working in the parks of Stevenage, I've had people throw their rubbish and pick, you know, this one lad come up to me, had a bottle, and he threw it right in front of my feet, and he says, "Pick that up, you cunt," he says. I mean, as angry as I was, as furious as I was, I couldn't do anything about it, could I? You know, he was showing off in front of his girls. As much as I wanted to retaliate and give him what for, it just weren't worth the aggro. You know, I'd end up losing my job or getting arrested or something like that. But it's such a shame that a lot of people have turned out like that now. Again, I'm not saying everyone. Just feels like it. Feels like it for me. I've encountered a lot of trouble over the years doing the job that I do, working in the parks. Vandalism. You know, people smashing glass all over the floor and giving members of the public grief. It's been going on for ages. I've had to go to court a couple of times for giving statements against people that have broken into our pavilions and whatnot. That was always an interesting thing to do. Once upon a time I got given a lad that was on, what was it, like community payback, I think they call it now. And he come down to work with me when I was working at a running track, and he had like a care worker with him. And he was running rings around her, you know, but she was mollycoddling him. You know, I had to give him some jobs, so I gave him a job of raking a sand pit and sweeping all the sand back in. Nothing hard. But he kept stopping. And then she took the broom off him and says, yeah, let me do it. You go and sit down, you know. And a short while later, I think they'd only been there about an hour and a half, she says to him, oh, come on then, you've done ever such a good job. Let's go up the field and have a picnic. I mean, where the fuck is the discipline there? That's not teaching a kid how to behave, is it? I don't know. Anyway, rant over, move on. Field I'm in now is for grazing. There's pictures of some sheep and lambs, but there's nothing in here at the moment. But it is a public walkway. It's one of those shared footpaths, I think they call it, aren't they? But it is very nice out here. I think the weather's starting to clear up a bit now as well. But I'm on the hunt now for somewhere to sit and make a cup of coffee. I think that's the only thing that this place is missing, is a few benches. I ain't seen any yet. No, if worst comes to the worst, I'll have a sit on the log, but no, my luck, I'll spill the coffee. Talking last week when I was about getting a gimbal for the phone, but I'm more than tempted now just to invest in that Sony camera. I mean, I might watch some more reviews on it first and see how it gets on for coming out and doing shots like this. But the phone is just becoming a bit of a pain for me. I don't like the noise, you know, that you can hear it wobbling on this stick that I've got, and I don't think it's doing this any justice. But I know you can buy bits and pieces to upgrade your phone, you know, to use it for a vlogging camera and whatnot. But yeah, like I say, I'm very tempted just to buy the camera, just to do it. I know it's a expensive outlay, but it's something I'm going to use all the time. You know, I'm going to be coming out walking once a week. So yeah, maybe I'll just end up doing it, eh? And worry about the consequences later. as you can see, I'm back at the car now. I didn't do any filming at the end of the trail that I got to, because I ended up on a country lane and it was really narrow to walk down, and the traffic was really busy. I felt quite uncomfortable going down there. Might have been a bit of a mistake walking down there. Anyway, so I'm back where I started, by St Faith's Church in Pegston, having a quick coffee, and I'm just trying to decide whether I go somewhere else or whether I call it a day. I mean, I've walked over 3 miles, but I mean, it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet, so I've got the rest of the day to kill. So I might do a bit of research and see what else is around here to go and explore. If not, I'm going to head back to Stevenage and, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably lounge around in the van for the day, but I'll get bored doing that. So no, I think I'll have a look on the internet right now, see what else is around here, see if I can go and have a look at something else. But the weather's on the turn as well. It's just started to drizzle with rain. But it doesn't matter. I have got a rain mac thing that I've got in my bag if need be. See, I can remember that, but I can't remember a fucking spoon. Idiot. Anyway, right, I'll speak to you in a minute. This is a quick visit to somewhere I never knew existed, called Stanwick Lakes. I was on my way, sort of heading back towards civilization, and there was this sign on the road that I was on saying Stanwick Lakes, so I darted in there. It looks pretty good. Let me show you around.
like a bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
And I just pulled over on the way back to Stevenage at a place called Thamesford because I see a sign for was it a historical church, or yeah, I think it's a historical church. So I've had a walk through the village of Thamesford. What a really nice place, really quaint, really nice gardens and everything. Anyway, there's something here called Gannock Castle. It's a moated area. So I thought, oh yeah, castle, you know, even some remains, you know, something derelict, but no, nothing here. Looks like an old bridge which goes across the moat, but other than that, there's no bits of castle here. But it is a nice walk, quite a quaint little place. Somewhere else I've never been. I did want to go in the church, but that's all locked up. Anyway, this is going to be my final destination for today. So thank you for watching me again. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. They're always fun to read. And I shall speak to you again on Monday morning with my weight update. Take care, everybody. See you soon.